10 o'clock. I've been hiking for a little bit now. Yeah, it's another day. I think it's day 11 maybe. But it's been good. We got this bigger group which gets out later and moves slower, but it's okay. It's fun having more people. But I think we've hiked over 75 miles so far. So got a good start to the journey. Time-wise, we're about a little more than a quarter of the way. Wait, no, yeah, into the trip. So we've still got a long ways to go, but it's great scenery. So far on this entire hike, I haven't had a single blister. My shoes have been great, socks have been great, and I think my feet were prepped because on Camp Steiner I was on my feet all day. So that was good preparation for the hike. Sometimes my back was sore before I switched packs. Sometimes my shoulder gets sore, but the only thing that really gets sore is my calf muscles. Everything else is pretty minor. So we'll see how I do in another 100 miles or more, but so far hasn't been too bad. It helps that we take it slow. I mean, we haven't done, the most we've done is almost 15 miles in a day, but we haven't done any like super long days more than that, so that's been nice. But at day 11, I think, that's beautiful as usual. Over 5,000 people a year walk this trail. Doesn't look like it. I think this is the first bridge I've seen on the trail. Most of the time you just have to walk across the creek. That's pretty cool. This is a large tree. These trekking poles are 50 inches and it's about that wide. If you can tell. That's a big fat tree. That's cool. Compared to the other trees. There's another big one right here. Looks like the top got blown off. This tree's not only big, but it's not broken off on top like a lot of them are. That's huge. Trail's getting prettier. I remember seeing the suspension bridge in pictures. It's cool to finally see it in real life. It's pretty big. It's pretty cool though. Sign says one at a time. Which makes sense because it moves a lot. Wow, that's kind of sketchy. It's more sketchy than I thought it would be. It moves back and forth. Wow. Holy cow, this isn't very safe. That's coming off. That's coming off. There's no metal below these wood planks, so if one of the wood planks breaks, we're down for it. Wow. I think this is more dangerous than any in that river down there. Somebody replacing it for me. This is the sketchiest bridge I've ever been on. Wow, that was way more sketchy than I would have expected. Not a lot of snow on this hike, but there's a little patch right here. It's kind of neat. Big mountain there. The pass we're going over tomorrow is back in there. Cool red mountains. Oh, this is where I slept last night. Solar panel died. I think it's because of the cold. Where everybody else slept. Camp's pretty much picked up, almost. Today we have Pincho Pass. Then we're going to camp at the bottom, at the base of Matter Pass. Starting to get tired. For the next couple days we'll pass our 100-mile mark, which will be cool. But yeah, it's been a good trip so far. Got a long ways to go. Alright, we're at the top of Pincho Pass. This is down the other side. That's where we camped last night, just above those lakes. Next pass is Mather Pass. Camped around there in the middle. But yeah, starting to get a little tired, but it's been 75 miles ish. There we go. There's Adam. And down the other side. I would have made it, but the wood broke that I stepped on and got my foot wet. There's a ton of dead trees here, and they're all facing downhill. I think a large avalanche must have come through, knocked them all down from the mountain back in there. Be a pretty big avalanche. You see that one was broken off. These two. Alright, this is the top of Matter Pass, something like that. 2 passes in one day. It's pretty good. Here comes Elena. The rest of the crew's still down there. But yeah, 2 passes in a day, that's good for us. But little ways to go still.
Hey, Mark, can I?
Everybody's scrambling down past the snow. And we're on our way down to Palisade Lakes. We'll camp down there tonight. Alright, Rachel's got blisters. The sun came out, illuminating her American flag shirt. It's been cloudy all day. We're setting up camp now. There's where we're at.
We're camping? Yeah.
What's our elevation here? Can we have a fire?
We cannot. I already checked.
Hey, you can keep using it if you want. What is the elevation?
I'm gonna just sit down and take my shoes off.
I wish we had like an outfit, like a grandma outfit for you.
I was
We were
like
like,
a walker.
There's a waterfall over here. Another one back there behind Elena. Beautiful river here. And several more waterfalls back there. Oh, there's one up there too. I'm going all the way down there today. And way beyond it. And way back up in there. Beyond where you can't see is where I just was. This is a pretty narrow canyon. Made it down into that valley that you just saw from way up high. That's where I was. Now we get to go into the trees. We've dropped a lot of elevation. I even saw a lizard, which is not something I would expect. We've been above tree line for so long on this hike. We spent more time above tree line than we did at tree line. Quite a bit more. So it's kind of nice to be back in the trees and the elevation low enough where they can actually grow. But most of the rest of this hike probably will be below tree line. So I assume it'll look a lot more like this. Well, good to be back in the trees. It's nice smelling plants again, being below tree line. Every few minutes or so, there's another stream crossing. They're kind of fun. This morning we were almost at 11,000 feet, and now we're down in the aspen trees. We've dropped a lot in elevation. I just woke these guys up, but they were sleeping a minute ago. A little bridge here, that's cool. Super old. Wonder if that was bent in by an avalanche or snow. Really old square bolts. That's pretty neat.
By Star Camp?
Okay.
That's
The deers just walk. The deer walk right up to us here.
Yeah. I'll be around this some reason. They chill by hell
There's deer everywhere. Well, there's no trees here. A lot of snow bridges and stuff, but just a lot of rocks. This is the south side of Muir Pass, I think. I mean, it is, but way above tree line as usual. But it's been a good hike. This one's tied to my backpack, so I can't really get far away. This water is reflecting so almost perfectly. Almost looks like there isn't any water there, but there is. It's a pretty desolate area. Not even much grass. Pretty big lake. Random note. That's to me.
It's getting cold. Where'd all these thoughts come from? Nice drop in there.
What the? Wow. Look how old that is. That's cool. Woo! Golly. You! Woo! Oh, they bricked off the. No more fires. Wow, this is cool. All made of stone. Kind of a musty smell in here. Alright, going back down the other side towards Evolution Lakes. If I get as far as I want to get, I'll be 6 more miles. I've done almost 8 miles, I think, today. So, oh, that's a cool. That's a really neat shelter. Alright, I'm going that way. That's one desolate lake. Just rocks and lake. It's just desolate all around. I'll be down into some trees later today, but in another 6 miles. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. This part of the trail is pretty cool, really narrow. Just goes around this lake. This lake is really big. Lots of snow still. It's a really beautiful lake. That's pretty cool. It's a lot of big rocks to move. Alright, it's the end. There's the creek down there. This is the longest hike I've done so far, 17.1 miles in a day, according to the app on my phone. Right now, the four of us are all together, but we're gonna be splitting up pretty soon. Tomorrow we're gonna try to get to MTR. Today we went over the Muir Pass, the cool hut. But that's what we've got so far. It was a super long hike. I met a friend, a man in his 60s, on the trail, and we talked for a long time. But I stopped here and he had to keep going. But that's it. Tomorrow we get our resupply, I think. Over and out early before everyone else, so they can catch up to me. I met a nice guy yesterday named Murray. Maybe it's really cool. And then got about 11 miles to MTR for resupply. There are so many deer here. Oh, there's 3. That one has spots, and it's a baby. Haven't seen any bears, but tons of deer. They'll just run around your camp and lick stuff. It's a big buck. Oh, maybe not. Just 2 point. You. Here's the crossing. Oh, that's pretty deep. This is Evolution Creek. One of the bigger water crossings. This is probably the widest one I've had to do. Well, I made it safely across. That's the 3rd time I've had to take off my shoes this whole trip, which is pretty good. Earlier in this season, this is a pretty dangerous creek, but not right now. It's really pleasant. Well, there's my pack. Gotta keep on trucking. I think I can get to MTR around noon or 1, so that'd be nice.